Welcome back, everyone. Today, I will share you about this company called OCK. The stock code is 0172, and they are listed on the main board on Bursa, Malaysia, and they are a Sharia compliant stock. They are on the sectors under telecommunications service provider. And just a general introductions, they are the largest Malaysia telco engineer service provider. Before we go into details, I would like to make a disclaimer. We are not here to provide you any buy or sell recommendations. The purpose here to, to provide you our research and findings so that you can make a better decisions on your investment. Okay, today for this sharing is about part one for OCK. So we will look into the business stream to understand the overall business and what are the growth and the risks about this company. Okay, here we going to start now is talk about the business stream. So there are major business, fall into four categories. So the first one is about the telco and network services, and for this part, it accounted for 90.5% of the overall revenue. And what are they doing is they construct the telco towers, telco site, then they rent out to the telco service provider like Digi Message Cellphone. And another thing is they also provide management services, maintenance services to all these telco service provider. Then the next part is a general green energy power solutions. So it's mainly focused on the solar green energy. They construct the solar farm, they supply the equipment, the installation, they provide commissioning. Okay, the third part is about telco trading. It only accounted for 1.7% of the overall revenue. For this part, they mainly trading of the telecommunication related hardware and equipment. And then the fourth part is about the M&E, mechanical and electrical services, mainly focus on providing and management for the mechanical and electrical services, and it only accounted for 0.3%. And then for the overall revenue, the company have a recurring income which stood at 68%. So annually they have a quite a stable income at 70%, nearly 70%. So no matter it is a recession, market down, the market recession or market depressions or during the pandemic time, they are still have a stable income, okay, stable revenue. Then we will look at the market present. Currently, for solar business, they have in total 17 solar farm in whole Malaysia. And for the telco site and tower, currently as per their Q3 2022 report, they are having more than 5,000 telco site and tower. And then in 2021, they have around 4,008. So have already increased up to 5,000. And then let's take a look on the historical of the company. So this is the whole stock chart since they go listing. They are listed on in 2012, and then they go to the highest, go to the peak in 2014. So first in 2013, there is a launch of 4G. Then they started a significant increase when there's a launch of 4G development. They have a good sales and profit. Then after that, they successfully go into the main market in 2014. Then you can see that the stock really spiked out uh, quite huge to the maximum. Then after that, the stock started to drop, and then started to move sideways, and then started to move down in 2019, and then is yet to see any further increase in the stock price. Okay, so when come to 5G development in 2021, after there's a delay during the pandemic, So at the end of 2021, the government start to launch the 5G development, and then they're slowly moving to increase the number of sites in Malaysia so that to support this 5G development, the development in Malaysia. So this can be one of the another growth phase for this uh, OCK company. Okay, then later on we're going to look into what are the growth and the risks for these upcoming few years and also upcoming quarters. So hopefully there will be another upside for this company uh, when there is a new digital developments in the country, right? And also across ASEAN. Let's take a look in the past, what is the roadmap? They are aggressively expand to the new region in ASEAN, new country in ASEAN. First, in 2018, they are just mainly focused in Malaysia, and then starting in 2019, they move into Vietnam. 2020, they move into Myanmar, and 2021, they moved into Indonesia. And 2022, they started to venture into Laos. And then in between these few years, they also enter in Cambodia, Singapore, Thailand, and also China, but just a very small, accounted a very small of their sales. Okay, mainly it's just in focus in Malaysia, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Indonesia. Okay, who are their clients? Mostly are all the telco companies. Like for example, in Malaysia, Digi, Messi, Celcom, U Mobile, Times, and the Yes under YTL Group, and other uh, telecommunication infrastructure provider like Ericsson's, Jack TE, and also Huawei, and also other telco service provider. Okay, then let's take a look. How many telco sites do OCK have, right? So in Malaysia, they have about 600 sites, and in Vietnam, they have 2,800 sites, and Myanmar, they have 1,200 sites. So in total, they have 4,600 sites. This is as per the annual report in 2021. And then they also provide the telco management services, mainly in Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, in Malaysia they are supporting 5,300 sites, and then they have a market share of 15%. However, in Indonesia they have a more higher number of sites. They have a total of 49,200 sites, and they are having the largest market share. They have a total of 45% market share in Indonesia. Okay, after looking at the overall business, understanding about their business, okay, so we will take a look at the growth of the company. So there are five key growth that we are going to take a look. It's about the 4G and 5G in Malaysia that going still on developing. And then second part, you look at the business expansion into Laos. Third part is about uh, the, the the digital developments upcoming in Indonesia and Vietnam market, and the fourth is a solar business expansions, and fifth is the actively hiring that we can see. This is one of the indicators that we can see the company are going to having a strong business. Only they are actively hiring the staff. Okay, first of the growth point that we're going to take a look is the Malaysia 5G rollout. You can see at the end of 2022, in total, DNB has successfully developed the telco tower to able to cover up to 47% in terms of the total population in Malaysia. And we can see that the coverage is mainly in the major city in Malaysia, KL, Putrajaya, and Selangor. When they when they move out to more outskirts state or the others bigger state, right? So they will need more telco tower, and they need more times to increase the coverage across Malaysia. So we can see that there's still a lot of low coverage, and a lot of places that they need to increase their coverage. For example, in some of the few states that are having more huge land area like Johor, Perak, Sabah, Sarawak, Pahang, Terengganu, Kelantan, and Kedah, they're still quite low, even less than 10% of the total coverage. Okay, they're paying to coverage less than 20%. And these are the government plan in terms of the 5G development. So we can see that by end of 2021, they plan to build 500 sites in the Putrajaya, Cyberjaya, and KL. Then in 2022, by end of 2022, they need to hit 40% coverage, and then they need to increase the additional sites up to 4,000, and then to 2023 and 2024, they need to increase up to 7,500 new sites, and then in 2025 and 2020, they need to increase up to 10,167 sites. So we can see that in 2023 and 2024, actually they need a higher, more times to increase the coverage as they go to more non-city area. Okay, these are summary tables that I help to calculate up like the increase in the number of sites. So first 2021 500, then when they go to 2022, they need to build up to 3,500 sites, and 2023 and 2024, they also need to build nearly 3,500 sites, and come 2025 and 2025 onwards, they need to build another 2,600 plus sites. Okay, so we can see there are continuous development and additional income going to benefit these 5G infrastructures or telco infrastructure company like OCK. And then OCK, one of the good things, they are business partner with Ericsson for more than 15 years. And Ericsson is the only 5G telco company that managed to get the contract, okay, with the DNB, the government formed company for the 5G developments. So Ericsson is the only ones to who get this contract. And then OCK is a major business partner with Ericsson for more than 15 years. So they definitely have a higher chance to get more and higher chance to get the largest portion of the development project from Ericsson. And then next you can see these are some of the key sharing from the management in the media and also in their prospect. And then first we take the sharing from the management in the end of 2021. So DMB plan is to set up 500 sites in Putrajaya and then slowly increase, and by 2023, they expect another 4,000 to 5,000 5G sites in 2023. So there are quite a huge number of sites going to develop, and then they will be benefit, and then they manage to get a portion of this, then they can increase their revenue. And then under the government Jalinan Digital Negara, or we call it in short form is Jendela. So there will be more than 1,600 new sites across country for expansion of 4G network. So at the same time, the government still increasing the network 4G network to the outskirt area, as currently they are still poor coverage in the outskirt area. So estimated to be worth almost 5,000 billion spending from the government. Okay, this there's a 4G and 5G development in this 2023. So this going to support quite a good or decent revenue for OCK. And how about the latest prospect from the Q3 2022 quarter reports? So the management foresee that the Malaysian telecommunication sector to experience an increase in activities throughout initiatives such as the Jalinan Digital Negara and Digital National Berhad. And currently they already have the order book over 410 million and expect to further benefit from additional orders from the rollout of 5G network nationwide. From here, we can see that the management is quite positive for the Malaysia markets as there is more 5G rollout from from time to time. So they are going to be one of the company that going to take advantage and benefit from this. And the second growth that we can see is about business expansion into Laos. So they OCK Group just inked the shareholder agreements with the Laos Ministry of Finance to expand their presence into the Laos market. So they will sell out OCK Laos Tower Company. It's a joint venture and they are holding 70% stakes, and the remaining 30% are held by the Ministry of Finance of Laos. Okay, this is quite a good news, and this only they only just sign it, the agreements, and they will just publish on in October 2022. So it's still in the progress, and then quite positive that this can be contribute another new sales and profit to the company. And what are the company that we can take a look in the past that successfully also in the energy sectors or is a MFCB. MFCB they successfully uh, they help the Laos country to develop the hydropower plants in Laos, and then they managed to increase their profit and sales to all-time high. So for OCK, they may repeat the success as per MFCB in the Laos market. Okay, the third point we are going to take a look is the Indonesia and Vietnam market. So Malaysia is going to be the one of the more aggressive in terms of the 5G rollout in the ASEAN market after Singapore. So by 2024, will hit the more than 80% of coverage. And then for Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Philippines is still at the early stage of the 5G development. Okay, and then there are still low coverage in these both market for Indonesia and Vietnam market. So there's quite a huge room for the OCK to grow the business in these two countries. So currently for Indonesia, they are still on the 5G development. We can see up to year 2022, they are still increasing the telco tower for 4G. They are increasing another 3,065 site in Indonesia. So they are still far away from the 5G development. So this is as per their one of the telco service provider, XL Axiata. They expected the 5G momentum in Indonesia to start around 2025. So after Malaysia, you can see uh, OCK they can go to other ASEAN countries like Indonesia to continue to increase their sales and profit. So for how about Vietnam market? They're still in the trial phase, and then they just issue the 5G license in 2022. It's what 1 year behind. Malaysia already issued in the end of 2021, but Vietnam is in 2022. So we can see that come to next this year 2023, there is more project for OCK in also in the Vietnam market. Okay, the fourth point we can see is a solar farm. So we can see as per the annual report 2021, they announced that the group already managed to get the contract to construct 18 rooftop solar farm in Kuala Terengganu, Terengganu. So this is another additional portion to increase the revenue and also profit for the company for their green energy power solution business. And the fifth point, we we can see that they are still actively hiring. So this we extract it on 27th of January. There are quite a number of posts, no matter is the sales force, the operation side, and the admin support side. we can see all the positions is still actively hiring, and then this can be a indicator, strong indicator that the company have a strong business in the coming years or coming quarters. And this is the first part that I would like to share to you. And the part two, we're going to share you about the risk of the company and also the financial informations and also about the valuations, peers, and the and the yeah, the valuations and what are the analysts and the fund manager looking at on this company. Thank you.